Welcome back to the Explainer. So today we're going to completely flip a scientific fact that you've probably believed for, well, years. We're talking about the very air you breathe, and a massive biological misconception that we really need to clear up right now. Let's start with a pretty foundational question. Where does the oxygen released by a plant actually come from? Take a second to think back to what you were likely taught in grade school biology about photosynthesis. Plants take in CO2, they release oxygen, right? Well, if you're thinking that the oxygen comes from carbon dioxide, you would actually be completely wrong. The oxygen released by plants is absolutely not stripped from CO2. Not at all. It actually comes from water. Yeah, water. It turns out plants are essentially these microscopic, highly efficient water-splitting machines. Okay, let's really dive into this because uncovering the actual mechanics of how a plant pulls this off is just absolutely fascinating. To understand this incredible process, we have to zoom way in on a highly specialized protein complex inside the plant called Photosystem II. Think of this as the plant's biological engine room. This is the precise location where light energy is harnessed to literally drive the oxidation, which is just a fancy way of saying the chemical breaking apart of water molecules. It's the very first critical step in the chain reaction that, keeps life on Earth breathing. So here's how this amazing sequence actually unfolds step by step. First, light energy strikes photosystem 2, forcing that water molecule to oxidize and split right apart. And when water splits, it loses electrons. Now, the plant desperately needs those electrons to replace the ones being constantly lost from its own reaction center, so it essentially just steals them directly from the water. Meanwhile, the remaining protons, they don't just disappear. They get pumped across a membrane to build up a proton gradient, acting kind of like a biological battery to power the plant. And the final byproduct of all this microscopic molecular theft? Pure oxygen, which is then released directly into the atmosphere. When we zoom out from all that dense biological sequence, the core takeaway is truly profound. The oxygen you are breathing right now, generated by photosynthesis, actually originated in water molecules. Go ahead, take a deep breath. You are literally inhaling the byproduct of split water. It fundamentally changes how you look at every plant, every tree, and honestly, every glass of water around you. But before we wrap up this explainer, uncovering that whole mechanism leaves us with one massive lingering question. We know the plant strips water to get electrons, but why does the plant need to steal those electrons in the first place? What are they actually fueling? Well, that is exactly where Photosystem II gets really interesting, and it's definitely something to chew on until next time.